I almost lost everything. My family, my job, my dignity, my self-respect. All of my friends did lose many of those things during my addiction. Hit rock bottom multiple times throughout my life, but none of it was enough for me to get sober. 5-year relationship, ending up in the hospital, getting in fights with my friends. None of it was enough for me to stop. Losing $50,000. In case you guys are new here, my name's Josh McCauley. I'm 25 years old and I'm a sobriety coach. I help those going through addiction with cocaine, alcohol, gambling. During my sobriety journey, one thing that I learned that I love is making others happy and helping others. Praying and praying, looking for a passion, looking for a purpose. And God led me to make this page. I made a video, it felt good, and I slowly started building this up. And I found that I can help people through social media, through one-on-one coaching. Appreciate you if you're watching this video or if you've been a supporter, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Now let's get into the video. So where my addiction started, I grew up in a very small town, 30 kids in my graduating class, one building kindergarten through 12. I come from a very good family. We always had food on the table, we always had money, I had whatever I wanted. I was a star athlete, I had the girlfriend, I had all the best friends. Anything that you could imagine, I had it. Now, does that mean my home life was perfect? Everything was perfect? No one's perfect, and that is okay. But it is something that molded me into who I became. From a small town, being from a family of drinkers, that was normal. But I was someone who always took it above and beyond. Smoking weed in like 7th, 8th grade, I was the one always chasing it, always trying to get more, always trying to get my friends to do it. As time went on, alcohol got involved. Being from a small town and playing sports, we would drink every single weekend. We would drink to our accomplishment. And it was something that became a habit at a very young age. At home, there was a lot of arguing, a lot of drinking, and my young brain picked up on all of these things. And I learned that alcohol was comfort. When there were things going wrong, when there were arguments, I would go in my room and I would drink alone because I felt safe and I could drink all the pain away. The man, I had all of these things going on in my life and I didn't want anybody to know that things weren't perfect at home. I wanted to go to school and show everybody that I'm this big tough guy, I'm a star athlete, I get the best grades, but I wanted to hide everything that was truly going on in my life. Once I made that connection with substances, there was no going back. And it only fueled my addictions. It only fueled my use. I brought this behavior with me to college. And at college, I lost a 5-year relationship due to my drinking. That was the only person that I had ever opened up to about what I was struggling with, about what I had been going through. For so long, I felt that she abandoned me. She left me when I needed help the most. I had been there for her and I got left. The only person I trusted, the only person that I loved. That hurt me for years and years. And I'm someone who is based on loyalty, based on trust, so that wrecked me. And I tried to get sober so bad after that. For a while, I didn't tell anybody that my girlfriend broke up with me. I didn't tell anybody that I was trying to get sober, and that was the issue because I was scared, I didn't want to be judged, and I didn't think I could get help. I was in a fraternity, I moved out of the fraternity and lived by my own. I would go to the gym every single day. I would try and stay away from that drinking environment. But around every couple weeks, every month, I would fall back and just drink harder and go down in that deep path. Everybody else could drink normally around me. Everybody else could get these girls, have fun. But I was the one always getting blacked out, embarrassing myself. I hid it by drinking more and just forgetting my problems. I'd wake up hungover. I'd wake up in the hospital. I'd walk out at 8 in the morning from the hospital. First thing I do, go to the store, get a drink. And I wasn't necessarily an everyday drinker, but I binge drank hard. It was never just one. It was either none or 100. After these repeated attempts of trying to get sober and failing, I felt so much shame. I felt so much guilt. And that ended up leading to my cocaine addiction. I finally found the magic substance. It fixed me. It made everything better in my life. I had confidence. I wasn't getting blacked out anymore. I was meeting new friends. I was going new places. I had an electrical engineering job. I'm doing good. I'm feeling good. I think my life's finally back on track. Boy, was I wrong. 1 year after I found the cocaine, I was in a rehab facility in California. I live in New York. I fell in love with the drug. Just 6 months in, I was using every single day. I was gambling a crazy amount of money. I lost $50,000 gambling online. I was not going to work, or I was, but I wasn't doing a good job. I almost lost my job. I was losing all touch of morals. I was ghosting family. I was disrespecting friends. I was just the wrong person. I was not a good person. And eventually it got to a point where I was hallucinating. I was using so much. I wasn't sleeping, that I was seeing things that weren't there. I was barricading myself in my room. I was recording on my phone for 8 hours straight, trying to catch something that wasn't there, so I could prove to everybody that I wasn't going crazy. And I was. I slept in my bed, or I laid there awake with a hammer next to it because I thought something was coming after me. That is crazy. I'd reach out to my family for help because I didn't know what to do about it, but I still didn't want to go get help. After weeks and weeks of convincing me and having me on house lockdown with not the ability to go get cocaine, they convinced me to get on a plane. It was not easy. They probably had about an hour for me to get on that plane before I changed my mind. My family is the reason that I'm still here today. They saved me. Having them get me the help that I needed is why I am here. Not necessarily everybody needs rehab. Rehab is good if you are stuck in an environment that you can't escape from. Like you are living with your fraternity brothers and there's constantly drugs and alcohol around you and you can't escape that. Rehab is good to get out of the environment. But what rehab doesn't do is they send you back in that same environment. If you don't have the proper plan, the proper life guidance, you are going to fall back in right as soon as you get back. And a lot of people don't want to go to rehab for the shame, the guilt. They don't want anybody knowing. They don't want to leave their jobs. They don't want to leave their families. So what I've created is an on-the-go rehab program where I message you every single day, where we have one-on-one coaching programs, where I teach you triggers, where I teach you how to get over cravings, and we work through it together. Because sobriety is different for everybody. Everybody has a different sobriety plan. When you have someone that genuinely cares about you, that genuinely understands you, where you can tell anything to, and I'm gonna be like, I hear you. I don't judge you because I've been there. I've done crazy things. That is everything. And that is something that I wish I had when I was going through it. Because as much as my friends loved me, as much as my family loved me, they didn't understand what I was going through. They didn't understand addiction. They're like, fucking stop already. Why are you doing this? And I'm like, I'm trying. I've been trying my whole fucking life. And I can't. So defeating when no one else can understand you. But when a lot of you guys message me and you reach out and you're like, man, it feels so good talking to somebody that understands it. That's what I'm here for. And I do care. But does my program cost money? Yes, of course. I provide a lot of value. Do I help people for free? Yes, of course. I don't want anybody going without help. This is a place where anybody can come to me. I'm here to help. And if you are willing to put in the work, I will help you. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm gonna use this page as a way to spread knowledge. You guys get to know me better, tell my story, what I've been through, what I'm thinking. Hopefully you guys enjoy. If you haven't yet, so hit the subscribe button, like button, comment, please. We're gonna keep the videos coming. Take care, guys.